We were born right here in the Sea of Galilee. Our father was a fisherman, so naturally we spent all our time in the water.
Yuvi and Moishele are brothers, born in Kenosar. Both are amateur archaeologists.
We had dreams that one day we'd find a treasure in the Sea of Galilee. I told Moshe that one day the Sea of Galilee will give us a gift. You'll see. It'll give us a gift.
And that day has come true. While walking on the seashore after a drought year, they found an old nail.
An ancient nail, then another. We cleaned it a bit. We discovered wood. We looked again and realized it's a boat. We moved along the wood. It was almost a 10-meter-long boat.
We felt we found a great discovery at an international level. Among the experts invited were marine archaeologist Shelley Waxman and his assistant Kurt.
We knew immediately this is an ancient boat. We didn't know how old it was, but we knew that it was ancient.
They touched it with a chisel once, and you saw two dancers up in the air.
Yeah, we did a little dance, and we're very excited.
A crazy race against time and odds started.
As soon as we started excavating it, we were, in a sense, destroying it. We were opening it up to the air, and the air was its enemy.
My first job as a conservator was to make sure the wood didn't dry out. It's waterlogged wood. The minute it dries out, it turns to powder. We had to use sprinklers, and people had to spray water on it all day long. An awning was built for shade.
The digging around such an ancient and big object required special care.
While we were digging, it became clear that we couldn't use tools near the wood. We had to use our bare hands. As the wood was so soft and spongy, our fingers just went right through it. Then it was time to decide how to move the boat. Experts from the port of Haifa arrived, engineers.
We went to the Air Force, the Navy, the port authorities, the airplane, the LF.
The Air Force offered us a helicopter.
At the end, it was Orna who came up with the idea of how to actually move the boat.
The solution found was to fill up and wrap the boat with polyurethane, a fast-drying plastic foam. That's how we filled it up from the inside, but how do you fill it up from below? It's filled with mud, and if you remove the sand, it will fall over.
We solved that by digging channels the width of a person underneath the boat.
After digging the channels under the boat, they were filled with foam.
You spray the polyurethane, it expands and settles, and another channel can be made right away.
At the end, the entire boat was covered with polyurethane, and yet it was still not clear how to move it to dry land.
The most logical thing to do was to simply sail it on the Sea of Galilee, and then lift it out with a crane and place it on land.
We brought up a steam shovel, we dug a channel from the pit to the water, and we sailed the boat out. For the first time in 2,000 years, it was sailing on the waters of the Sea of Galilee.
And then the boat slowly began to come up. Everyone was so excited they had tears in their eyes. To sail in a 2,000-year-old boat is simply incredible. The following day, when the crane came to pull it out of the water, there was one very dangerous moment. One wrong move, and it could just disintegrate. The crane lifted the boat and placed it on the shore, and then we could breathe again. We understood that we'd done the first step. We'd completed something.
In the middle of the Sea of Galilee, that I understand why the disciples are scared.
I don't usually do both.
Yeah, that was good.
A lot further that way.
Somebody's going to do Amazing Grace. Yeah, I've seen more inspiring chains than that.
It reminds me of chain, chain, chain. That does make me feel old.
What is that now? Who's it?
The Steely Dan song, Hey 19.
Yeah.
And she don't know Aretha Franklin. And one of the lines in there, he said she don't remember the Queen of Soul. That's the problem with getting a trophy wife later on that's 20 years younger than you are. They don't know the songs.
Yeah.
They don't know the music.
They don't know the music.
That's exactly right. Kathy and I have sort of have evolved into a routine we use on New Year's Eve. We get out turntable and all the old records, and we spin vinyl on New Year's Eve.
Oh, kind of nostalgic.
I'm telling you, we go back some stuff that is not available on CD.
It's amazing to me what is available on.
I believe our boat is.
I appreciate the liturgical symbolism that's coming with it.
You like that?
Wouldn't that come out?
Yeah, get a picture of that.
It's got a cross on it too.
Yeah,
Like a backpack.
Anything about that?
that's what I said. I appreciate the liturgical symbolism there.
Says in other words.
Well, it looks like a church, yeah.
I didn't sing it. With the girl that made it. We start out with that. Yeah, we start at that one.
Say them?
It was familiar. I was like, oh, I know that one.
Should we be concerned about pirates?
Hear somebody say, should we be concerned about pirates?
That's how you count. We would say, oh, no. No, we in the U.S.
Okay, well, as you see, it doesn't matter where you sit, there's no sunshine. What we will do, we are heading towards the north. We will stop opposite or in front of the churches we visited yesterday, and there we will do the service and later on few explanation, orientation and so on. If you will have time, we'll do another stop for a reading if there will be time, and we will head always north and then from the north to the east to the other side, because we need to be at 11:45 on the other side for another group book for this book. So just enjoy that. We ask no music. If you want to sing, you can also sing, but we will be stopping there to do some explanation. If you have any question about something, when we stop, we do that. Magdala. In that valley, they're digging. Yesterday we went to see their digging, and they found a town from time of Jesus also. So they found a mosaic floor of, they didn't show it to anyone, they moved it, they say, of an ancient synagogue. So it's something very new, and they didn't even not publish that. But it's in the valley. Coming out from the valley is ancient Magdala. On the shore, the gray building, that's Ginosar, where we saw the ancient boat, and that's where they found the ancient boat. Left of Ginosar, that means ancient Magdala, that was the biggest harbor of the Sea of Galilee. And the Franciscan archaeologists here, we found that large harbor that they are publishing it on their website. Looking here, that building over there is the pumping station. And on the right side is the Pilger House, the German guest house. Going more to the right, that's Tabka, the area of Tabka, the Seven Springs. We have the German Benedictine property, the Italian nuns, and the Franciscan church right in front of us with a red roof. We can see the rock in front of the church, the steps. And if you go right side of there is the building of the convent of the Franciscans. And if you go more to the right, you can see the waterfall you saw at the Seventh Spring. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Where the white and black rocks and the water coming out of that little rock. Behind it, on the top, that's Mount Beatitude, Sermon on the Mountain, with a nice church that you can see. See where the bananas that are covered. It looks like a theater. It is a field, and it is a mountain. Behind it, on the top, a little bit more left, you see, if you have good eyes, you can see there's a gray building, like terrace, on the top of that hill, behind Mount Beatitude. That is Chorazim. This building has been donated, the money from the Pope in the 2000 when he came. He celebrated in that area Mass, Sermon on the Mountain, and it's actually a seminary for the neo-catechumenals. So they have there the center. The ruins of Chorazim are more to the right of that building, so hidden behind the trees of Mount Beatitude. That's the ruins of Chorazim, one of the towns that Jesus cursed. Going back down to the shore, more north from here, you see the red roof building over there. That's Capernaum, the Greek Orthodox Church. Left side of there, when we get more to the north, we will see it, Capernaum. And in the northern end is the ruins, or are the ruins of Bethsaida. Bethsaida, the house of fishermen, that's the Hebrew. Beth, house, fisherman, Saida. It's actually a place where the Jordan River in that valley comes and meets the lake. The lake was much higher, so the lake used to reach more to the north. Now the Bethsaida is not anymore in the water. The house of the fishermen, they don't have any more water there, because it's getting lower and lower and lower, especially from that side. As we said, the main source of the river, of this lake, comes from the river. But before the water of the Jordan River comes in, 96% of it, it's in a channel taken away behind these hills to the west. And from the west, nearby Haifa, it goes all the way down to Beersheba, to the Negev wilderness of Israel. Imagine 96%, so that means just 4% coming in. We had, after the whole winter, about 1 meter more water than normal. It's still missing 3.5 to 4 meters, the lake. And we are not in the summer. That means there will be also a problem for boat rides, that the boat cannot reach to where we can go on the boat or off the boat, because the water is very low. So that is the main source. It's not coming in. The springs that are around, the water is pumped out to use for the irrigation and the kibbutzes around. And the climate, which is changing also, not much rain like it used to be, all these together having really dangerous problem to the lake. And not just to the lake, to the river, the Jordan River, and it ends the major problem in the Dead Sea. They were talking about a project to save the Dead Sea by getting a water channel from one of the seas, either the Mediterranean Sea into the Dead Sea or the Red Sea into the Dead Sea. But American, they gave a lot of money now to a new project using the same channel that's taking out the water of the Jordan River towards Haifa, and Haifa is on the Mediterranean Sea, to get water from the Mediterranean Sea into that channel, to get water into the lake. But the problem that's salty water here. Why is that? Because on the other side of the lake, these are the Golan Heights. And two sources of the Jordan River that are three springs, two springs of them originate in Syrian land. That means if they want to do peace in the future, one of the questions will always be, what will we do with the water? 2/3 of the water that we're using will be in Syria, not anymore in Israel, so it's another problem, drinking problem, not anymore in the lake. So that's why the American had that project to get... Above covering the water, very warm or hot air. The cold wind along the lake with the hills, the cold wind keeps turning, circling here, and that makes the waves and the storm. When it's not that difference of the cold wind that's coming from the north and the high temperature that's in here, that is when it's hot. And when there's two different temperatures, that makes it, so as fast it comes, as fast it goes, so it can happen suddenly, as we said before. So now we're crossing from this side, west to the east, let's say to the pagan land, to the Roman land, to the Daemon land over there, and we're going to stop in Ein Gave, is the name of the kibbutz where we will stop.